Cards, Vikings. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guy and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Larry, in 2 years' time, it will host Super Bowl 52. You get a look inside the impressive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. Miller, the lone setback. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Second down following the incompletion. Now Carr. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
We ready? Check 31, check 31. Come on, baby. Check 4, check 4. Hey, we're going to rally. All right, here we go. Ready.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. It's brought in by Dodson. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. Again, it's Miller trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Quinn. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Now that's complete to Brian Quick. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And a wildcat formation here.
Here we go.
They go wildcat. It's Irvin. And a gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And that brings up fourth down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on fourth down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And on 2nd and 10 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And Carr seems to be in some pain. He's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Swayze Waters now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They come out here in the eye. The 2nd down carry for Irvin. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. But good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, He's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Two yards to go here on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, boy. Black 99, Philly. Here we go now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They come out here in the eye. Watkins alone on the left side. Now Castle trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, there's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jake Ryan, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll run with Irvin. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, Keanu Neal. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Ten yards still left on second down. Here's Castle. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
He may have had some off-season foot surgery, but that hasn't prevented Sammy Watkins from being Sammy Watkins, and that's special.
And when we see him before the game running the route tree, looked like the same Sammy Watkins to me that we saw a year ago.
Yeah, and I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. I love his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage as he starts his routes.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He loses 4. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Swayze Waters now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It's JPP, 7th-year man Jason Pierre-Paul. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And now out comes Houston. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Brashad Perriman in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And out now come the Vikings. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Miller, the lone setback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Garoppolo on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game. And I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Garoppolo. And a throw right sideline is complete. Touchdown, Houston. Rashad Perriman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. The handoff to Irvin. moving. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And now the offense operates in the red zone. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1, couldn't get the ball. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
Here's Castle. Docks him with a grab over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Castle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Here's Swayze Waters now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Robert Quinn coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Little motion now from the tight end. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So they're operating in the red zone.
Strong left. All right, here we go. Green. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
They'll try and run down here with Irvin. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And they're going to speed things up here. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On the direct snap, this is Anderson. Washington, 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Offense still needing 10 yards, 2nd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Oh, what a move. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They start out with a run from Irvin. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Over.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Caught left side by Cobb. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Castle. He's got time in the pocket. Room here to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Castle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Watch him now, Barney. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! Blue Niners! Single receiver.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be a Minnesota 1st down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll drop the throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. Garoppolo.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And that is incomplete. Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
In the backfield is Anderson. Garoppolo now. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll run it out of the Wildcat. It's Anderson. And he's brought down. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
All right, here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Another pistol look here. Anderson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And Brandon, it's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead. There's not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving and seal the win.
Second down following the run. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Anderson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down.
Here we go now.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Third down now, it's C.J. Anderson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
Chains.